Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be working on a 2013 Honda Civic SI. Before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and check the voltage of the battery. So, positive, negative. So right now the car is running and has AC on, and the stereo sitting around 12.9 volts, which is a little low in my opinion, especially right there when the fan kicks in. But I'm gonna go ahead and run some cables for the customer. They're gonna get a amp install, subwoofer, and they already have everything. I just gotta run wires and plug it in, and I'll be walking you guys with me on this car project. But it does have the Duralast Platinum battery, which, you know, if he's gonna want to upgrade more amps, I would actually recommend maybe like an Access Power or maybe like an additional supplemental battery in the back of the car. Yeah. Alright guys, so the first step is always you want to disconnect your battery while working on your car audio. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this 10mm socket. I'm going to go ahead and remove the negative terminal. Alright, so I got it disconnected. I should be able to work safely around the car. Alright guys, so first thing first, I'm going to be running the cables all under here. So I'm going to have to remove all these trim panels. We got this one right here, this one. I believe I got to pull off this one also. And then right here on the B pillar, got to remove this other trim panel. Possibly seatbelt, I might have to take a bolt off. And then on here on the passenger, or I mean on driver's side in the back, I'm gonna have to remove this one as well. I already pulled this flap up, which I might make a ground somewhere here. Just gotta brush it up, and then I'll seal it with some clear coat. I'm gonna run the cable through here for the power and also for the this piece is loose, so I gotta do this. But I think there's a tab on this one where you have to pull straight up. Okay, so I have to use two hands to pull this tab up. You just pull straight up. And yeah, I gotta take off this screw right here so I can be able to take this plastic off. Screw out. You gotta pull forward because the handle's right there. And there we go, pieces off. I'm gonna remove this front one over here, and then I'll work my way back to the trunk. All right, so for this next step, we're gonna go ahead and pull back this weather stripping a little bit. And then I'm gonna get started on removing this plastic. All right guys, so once you guys get this trim piece loose, you have to come back in there, and where you see my finger, you're gonna have to use one of your trim removal tools to pop that fastener out, and this thing should be out. All right guys, so now we're moving to the back panel right here. Take out this back trim piece. Gotta wiggle it out. go. So this faster did fall off. Just gotta pop it back in when I place it back in the car. Now I gotta move to the B pillar, take that off, and then I'll get started on running the wire. So you first, I mean, you can use your finger for this. Make sure you pull the plastic off. This little tab where there's these tabs, they go over it right here. Just lift it up with your finger so you don't break it when you start removing this piece right here. So it's my first time working on this car, so I think I'm gonna have to, seems like there's a second piece right here. I'll probably have to pop that off so I could get this plastic off. Alright guys, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see, and I'm pretty big guy, so, but if you guys can see up there, that black grommet, you guys see back there, I'm gonna go ahead and run the cable through there. I'm gonna go under the fender, well, over the fender well, and into the engine bay. Also gonna make sure that I use like a waterproof grommet. Make sure that the cable's not getting damaged with just by being in the hole with like no insulation protecting the outside coating of the wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the wire through there. It's kind of hard to see since I'm laying in here, but it's gonna go through the hole. So the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this plastic piece up here. It has 3 Phillips screws in them. It's obviously missing one. I mean, this car is a 2013, so pretty sure people have worked on it before. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove these 2 screws and get this out of the way, so when I run the wire from the inside under here, I'm gonna go ahead and feed it up to the top and get it up here. I'm also gonna add a fuse for extra safety. Don't want to lose that's for sure. Let's put it back in here. Get this plastic piece off. And then should give us some clearance down here so I could grab the cable while feeding it. Alright guys, so here are some of the goodies that I'm going to be installing. We get an LC2I audio converter. So basically it just gets the signal from a factory speaker, and it has RCA outputs for your amplifier. I went with this green 4-gauge wire. It's OFC, and this one is by Down for Sound, which that's where I got everything besides this RCA cable, which is from Amazon, which is going to be for the signal from that amp and from the LC2I converter. So I got everything in here, fuses and everything, but obviously I'm just going to run the green cable first, so I'll show you guys how to do that. Alright guys, so for the next part, I did raise up the car a little bit because this thing is slammed, but I'm gonna have to remove 3 of these. So first one I'm removing is this one. I'm gonna remove one back here, it's kind of hard to see, and the third one's right here. Once I do that, this will give me enough space to pull it down a little bit, get the cable up through here and into the engine bay. Alright guys, so I just fed the wire up through the fender well right here. So basically you just gotta pull down, get your hand in there, and simultaneously while using that hand to feed it up, use your left hand to reach over so that you could grab it. It's kind of hard to see, but there's this little, I don't know if this is for the AC or not, but just feed it over that, and then just kind of feel for the cable and just grab it and then feed it through. Alright guys, for this next step, since I already got the cable up here, got the fuse holder, got an A&O, it's a 150 amp fuse, which is what's needed for this installation. Just gonna go ahead and install the fuse in here. Gonna go ahead and trim back a little bit the wire, the cover for the cable. I'm just gonna strip it back a little bit so that it could go into this side. Fuse in, strip a little bit over here, put it in here. I'm gonna see where I'm gonna go ahead and put this fuse holder. If I can't mount it anywhere, I'm just gonna try to put it somewhere where it's kind of in place and not like, you know, not too much play on it. All right, guys, so I ended up just using the stock grommet. It's kind of hard to see because it's not focusing. So what I did, I just I went ahead and I made a small hole in it, and then I cut like a little X. So I'm using the stock grommet that was there. I ran the wire through. That way, you know, there's no dust, water, or outside noise coming in, and also to protect the wire. So basically, after you do that, keep the cable as close as the wall possible. I went ahead and I ran it under this cable right here. Or I mean this harness, and then I went ahead and fed it through here. I ended up not taking off the whole B pillar just because, you know, the wire, I just fed it through here. And then under here, you want to go ahead and put it on the inside of this tab right here. There's enough space. This is a 4-gauge wire again. So I went ahead and I put it under it right here again. On the seat belt, I fed it through the back side, and I just went ahead and tucked it in. I put it under the seat right here, and then I kind of just kept going back and forth to get the cable. So here we go, we got power to the back. Now I just got to work on that ground. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I took off this screw back here, or this bolt, the 10mm, and I'm gonna make this the ground. I just got to clean off some of this paint and the primer using this wire brush. Pretty much clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and ground it here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some clear coat on it just so it doesn't get any corrosion or anything. And yeah, that's gonna be my ground. All right, so we're almost done here. So I have the LC2I converter connected. I know they're all black wires, but just trying to give it a cleaner look. So I already got the ground, power, the remote out that goes to the amplifier, signal in. So I went ahead and I got the signal from this rear left speaker, spliced into it. Speaker still works good. I already tried it and everything. I go here to the back. The amp's all wired. I know the amp's a little dirty. Customer had in his trunk. But we got another fuse holder back here for extra safety, which I'm gonna tuck it in under here. Just wanted to leave it out to show you guys. And I'm also getting the power to the LC2I from there. And here are the two grounds. I did clean it up like I showed in the previous video. And I just gotta put a little bit of clear coat and finish it up. But yeah, besides that, just gotta run this remote wire for this bass knob. I'm gonna use a spare one that I have. It's a Def Bonds one. And that's a SYNaudio amp. But customer lost his bass knob, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run this one for him. All right, guys, so I'm completely done. Off camera, I did set the amplifier with the SMD DD1 Plus from SMD. So here we go. Subwoofer. I know the box is a little beat up and whatnot, but he had it in his his Acura, which I did make a video about it last time. So he took off his subwoofer and the enclosure and the amplifier, so he had me install it into his car. Right now I just gotta clean up this right here, the LC2I. But basically I'm done, guys. Here are the wires. I know I have the seat forward right now. When you put it up, it does have clearance between here. So show you guys. Alright guys, so there's the front. Put the cover back on right here. The screws back on. Go ahead and put my wires down here. I did zip tie the fuse holder here. It's not gonna have any play or anything while driving. Did clean the customer's hose and put it back on. See, it helps a little bit with its voltage. But yeah, basically that's it guys. So alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I did talk to the customer about his voltage. Let him know that it might be his battery or his alternator, and you never know, it might just be also a wire. I told him I could give him a hand with that in the future if he wants me to take a look at it. I could also turn up the bass like I told him once he has his voltage up higher, since right now it's sitting about 12.9, which I know I have a different vehicle, but my voltage sits around 14.7 watts on. So I told him I'm gonna give him a hand with that and hopefully get his voltage up where it needs to be. Thank you.